Wow, fresh from LA, you bring the great weather.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to ask you this, and please don't judge me. What is the AZ in your name? What does that stand for?
AZ is a group. It's just beginning and end, alpha, omega type of vibe and everything in between. That's just what that is.
Okay, so can you give us a little bit on the backstory on that? For a lot of people who are discovering you, especially right now,
of course,
after being on Kendrick's song, Peekaboo, you know, it's like, oh, what's this? Tell us, you know.
Of course.
Give us all that.
AZ was something I created myself back in like 2010, which is me and the homies. And we didn't know, I knew I wanted to do music. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. And in the beginning, we was just like the popular kids. Like my mom was young, so she gave me a lot of freedom. So my house was the kicking spot. I'm throwing parties, having all these sleepovers. So we was just kind of known for that. Just the young dudes smoking weed, wilding out, and yeah, we started off big. It was probably like 10 of us at first.
Woo.
Now it's like 3, including me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot of them didn't believe in the vision, and I kind of don't blame them because we didn't know where we was going with it.
Hey, and, that's honest.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what it was. We kind of just started off like conscious rapping, and LA wasn't with that shit. And then, you know, we did what we was already living, just the party life, the ratchet shit, ignorant, and that shit worked instantly. So,
do you feel torn between, you know, when you're saying conscious and then you're switching up a little bit? Were you conflicted at all?
I was, but I learned how to like have both coexist a little bit because I rap at the end of the day, and I feel like a lot of can't see me in that booth. And even with the ratchet records, a lot of people like my wordplay, the witty, even like some of the bigger, greater artists I worked with. That's why, you know, I cuss on here.
Yeah, of course.
That's why they fucked with me for real. It was because of that. I remember my first time linking up with Schoolboy Q, and he just told me, like, you got it, bro. Like, you witty, you clever with your rhymes, and, you know, and it kind of worked itself out. And now I'm at this, like, stage where I can be a little bit conscious with my rap because of the people I'm coming up under. It all makes sense.
Okay.
And then I'm known for the club banger, so it's like best of both worlds.
Which is rare to do that, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very hard to really be in both worlds and do it with grace. How did you and Q link up? How did this happen?
One of the AZ members, his family is actually TDE. So for a long time, like we was up on TDE early, like when they first popped off, and my homie would always come to my house like, yeah, them my cousins and whatnot. Like, we be all together in Carson. I met them before. And in the beginning, we would tell them, like, shut up. You're lying. We don't believe you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we always played their music, like, hella early on. Like, we was playing Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, Michael Jordan. They don't know about Schoolboy Q taking pictures in the school hallway with the backpack on, beefing with 40 Glock. And even when I'm telling him about this, he blown away like, oh, like, he don't even want to be reminded. But, like, that's how we was always early on, and they always knew we was doing music. Like, the one member we had, my brother AZ Chike, he would always send them our music. In the beginning, I was mixing, engineering a lot of his stuff. So he would send it over, and he would always tell me, like, they watching us. And it came to this one point, like, back in the big blog era, Daily Loud had posted one of our songs, and that was, like, a big deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
And we didn't have nothing. We didn't have a catalog or nothing, and they posted it because I think it was Musa at TDE. He had gave the word, and that's when I knew, like, oh, okay. So they always watched over us, but, like, you know, they never, like, did too much. Like, they'll see something, we'll do it, and it'll be cool. They'll be like, all right, keep going. Like, you know, they never, like, did too much. So when the time finally came, Schoolboy Q manager, King, shout out King, he reached out to me, like, random day. I was going through something bad, too. I was having, like, a up week. And he, like, randomly called me, like, what you on? I'm like, I don't know nothing. He, like, come to the studio. He didn't even tell me Q was gonna be there or nothing.
Oh, man.
And I pulled up, and sure enough, he was right there. I kicked it with him for a week. Like, the first 4 days, we didn't even do no music. He just, like, gave me the homie treatment, was filling me out, and it was a blast. We doing shrooms, we drinking, like, keep putting me up on game. I'm stealing all his, like, formulas to his creative process, and, you know, a lot of things I couldn't put in words, he did for me, like, and I understood, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, being on the phone in the studio with you. Like, I didn't know how to say it without sounding crazy. Like, oh, Chike, you tripping. But when I see him do it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not tripping. He tell me, like, get the fuck out. Like, don't answer no phone here. Don't be on Instagram scrolling with your
focused.
phone. Yeah.
What are we here for?
Right. We got a whole extra lobby for you to go chit-chat in. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's the compromise right there. During those 4 days, was that when Movie was recorded?
It was. The first 4 days we was just chilling.
Okay.
We cracking jokes and like again, I'm just learning. And then like around like I spent like a week.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So around like the 4th, 5th day, we start working on stuff. Like we did a couple more songs and then we got to Movie. And I remember they was just playing the beat. Isaiah Rashad walked in, he was faded. And he just like started freestyling to the beat. And he said, I heard him say like, put me in a movie. And I just kind of took it and ran with it, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
How was that conversation with Schoolboy Q? And I ask because I enjoy seeing his evolution and enjoying being a girl dad and has just always talked about fatherhood.
Yeah.
Are you getting any gems from him about life in other ways?
No, of course. He's showing me how to be a professional asshole. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't know how I feel about this right now.
I love that the most about him because that's the whole thing. Even when I linked up with Kendrick told me that like, he's like, once I seen Schoolboy Q fucked with you, he like, I knew I could fuck with you because Schoolboy Q don't fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a known thing. Like, Q is strict. Like, he don't play that shit. Like, no bull. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things that I definitely took from him. And again, his formulas to making music. That was the first time I seen somebody like use a reference track and just lay down melodies or flows without even no words. And then he'll go fill in the words later. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was just amazing to see.
Okay, best tip to become a professional asshole. Let me know. Because I want to learn this too. I feel like I need this skill set.
This is from me personally.
Okay.
The best tip to being a professional asshole is telling somebody where they're wrong, but also giving them props where they did right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not like you're bashing them.
Right.
But you don't have to hold back on telling them where they did wrong.
Right.
So that's where the asshole thrives. You know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
this. Yeah,
but you give them a soft landing, but like, oh, you did do this good though.
Right.
So let's capitalize on that. But never do that you just did again.
Ever.
You get what I'm saying?
Can you give us an example of the last time you had to be a professional asshole?
Oh, man. Probably like the past week in the studio, like, yeah.
I like how everyone around is smiling and laughing. Tell us. I need an example. Who messed up?
And I wasn't really even able to like give him a soft landing because he just f***ed up completely. But again, there's no horsing around in the studio.
That's it.
There's bringing random people through, and and he knew he was wrong. I could see the look on his face. He knew he was wrong, and like I was telling them right here, I was like, he don't even know today his last day. He don't even know. He's
was
cooked.
It really?
It definitely was. It definitely was. I don't know if he do hear this or see this. He knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong, and he was texting other producers like, "Is Chike mad at me?" Like, you know what I mean?
You're like, yeah. Well, the fact that he's asking already is the giveaway.
You know what I mean? You guilty. You know what I'm saying? You knew you was wrong, and he seen my come up. He seen me like partying in the studio till now, and he told me like, "Bro, you changed. Like, you serious? Just for you to try to go pull some old shit we was on, like, you being disrespectful." I low-key still gotta holler at dude, no cap.
I think that's important. I still think even giving clarity in why it's come to an end, you know, because hopefully, you know what, I believe in this thing of just like being a professional is important, but also letting people know why you cut them off.
Yeah,
sometimes
100%.
You know, it could get a little complicated because somebody can like lure you back in, like, hey, I'm never gonna do that again.
I ain't going for it.
But maybe this will change his next step, and it might be for the better, man.
Yeah, he know though.
Right.
I don't even have to tell him where he's wrong. He know where he's wrong. Like, it's fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about your new song, What. Now, do you call it What or What 2 times? I'm seeing it written out in different ways.
Yeah, I call it What X2.
Okay, so you call it What X2. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you start off the song talking about how you basically trust nobody.
Right.
Who do you trust then?
That's hard to say. Obviously, my team right here, I trust them.
Which is literally 3 people. And that's it.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Okay.
That's all you need. Yeah, man, I just feel like once I start giving my all, I'm a sucker for good friendship. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I'm the firstborn of 3 boys. Like, I know what it's like to be alone. So I kind of like secretly yearn for good relationships. But it's like, soon as I just like, oh yeah, I fuck with you, it's like they do some dumb shit. And it hurt. So yeah, I got trust issues like a mother.
I was like, sheesh.
Yeah.
What went wrong?
Yeah, I mean, over time, dude. You know what I'm saying? Over time.
Who was the last person or what happened that broke your trust?
Dude at the studio.
It's a good example.
Dude at the studio.
Because he knew what it was.
He knew. I trusted him. He had been there for some days. I'm glad we got the records we got out the way. He didn't do the goofy shit in the beginning. Yeah. But he knew, and I trusted him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that wasn't his first time pulling that goofy shit. That was his second straight. You don't get a third one with me. Yeah. He kind of, made his bed.
Yeah, that's tough. Ouch.
So that's what I be talking about. You know what I mean? Like,
and you can't, you know what? As your career continues to grow, it's hard to have that kind of energy around.
Yeah, there's no room for error.
There really
Definitely
isn't.
not right now. Like, everything has to, if it's not perfect, it needs to be extra perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's, if I got to cut a mother off dry, just where it bleeds, then so be it. You know what I mean? It's going to hurt you more than me. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Let's talk about Peekaboo.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, it's doing numbers, lots of success around it. You're working with Kendrick Lamar. Before we talk about how this song changed your life, if it has, maybe it hasn't, how did the connection even begin between you and Kendrick?
Schoolboy Q.
Okay.
He randomly, I remember, like I said, he randomly FaceTimes me on a Monday afternoon, like 1 p.m. And I had been waking up late around that time, and I just told myself, all right, you gotta get up early. You know, in the morning, it's a lot of to get done, and I was up that day, and Q never FaceTime me. Maybe a dry text, but never FaceTimes me.
Sure.
So I instantly answered. He called me in the Rolls Royce. He like, what you on? I'm like, I ain't on nothing. I'm at the house chilling.
Yeah.
He like, you around anybody? I'm like, nah, I'm by myself. He like, I just got off the phone with Dot, and he said he want to f with you, but I want to, make sure I let you know before I send him your number. And of course, in my head, I'm freaking out, but like the thing, like I told you before with TD, is like you gotta hold your cool. So when he tell me that, I'm like, oh yeah, send his number.
I got it. It's fine.
It's good.
I'm okay. Through. Yeah.
And he like, yeah, I'm gonna send it through. And he like, bro, whatever he have you come through to do, kill that shit. Go crazy. I'm telling you now. I'm like, all right, bet. Hang up the phone. I'm pasting back and forth. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to tell first. Like, this is crazy.
Wait, who did you tell first?
I think it was I think I told Stella or Gonzo. I probably told them at the same time because they be taking too long to text me back. I need a reaction now. Instant. But they was the first 2 to know for sure. They was the first 2 I hit up because they been along with me on this journey through the ups and downs and like, always see me for what I see myself as. So, it's always a great thing for, my team to win with me, so I don't want them to feel like they support going in vain. So, of course, I told them first, and then...
What did they say?
They was freaking out.
Were they screaming? Like, what?
They was calling me at the same time, and I couldn't answer. I was talking to one. I'm trying to talk to
Hold on. Let me click Let me click back. I'll come back. Yeah.
We was all freaking out, and man, I was waiting on that call from Doc all day. And then that night, 9 p.m., he texts me like, "What's the deal?" Yeah. I'm like, instantly, he like, "What's the deal?" This Doc. I think it was that.
Wait, did you reply right away, or did you take a minute?
Right away. This ain't one of those. My cool guy is out the window.
Right.
We here now. He texted me, and I think he called me. And then he was like, I'm gonna have you come to the studio tomorrow. Come pull up on me tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, bet. And when I got there, he played the song. He was like, I did this. He was like, I was in New York the day before. And I did this song out there, and I thought about you. He was like, I was gonna call you while I was in New York, but he was like, I want to get to LA where you could pull up on me, we can get to it. So yeah, after that, everything was history.
Okay, so you go to the studio. Okay, what's going through your mind at this moment?
Man,
are you already like, let me start thinking of verses, or are you just like, let me relax, let me make some more calls. All right, I need some water. Like, what's going through your mind?
I went to like my regular brunch spot.
I like this. Get brunch.
Which was around the studio, so it was perfect.
Yeah.
So I went early, grabbed me some food, and I was just gearing up. Like, you know how people got their gym music?
Yeah.
Like, I got my before the studio music.
Okay.
So I'm playing all my killer shit. Like, I'm getting in that mode. You know what I mean? Straight murder music. That's all I'm playing.
Wait, what are you listening to?
Man, I'm playing Dex Osama. If you know, you know. RP to Dex Osama, dude. Like, straight crash out music, because I'm ready to get in that mode. Like, you know? That was my motivation music, and I got like extra amps put in my whip, so I pull up beat. You hear me? Straight get out, though. So I hop out the whip. He right there in the parking lot waiting on me. He walk up. He like, what's the deal, man? Like, how you fit? He's so normal, and I love that the most about him. Like, through all this happening to him, like, when I seen him, he wasn't like extra chest poked out. Sure. He wasn't looking over his shoulder. He was like free, like chilling, like, hey, what's up, bro?
Let's go work.
Yeah, like, if you didn't know what had occurred or didn't know who he was, you couldn't tell.
Right.
And that was so, like just fascinating to me, like, you know, holding your composure and just having integrity, like, and I take that from him the most. But yeah, I pull up in the parking lot, he greet me. I'm me, his best friend, which is executive assistant J Real, and I'm super close to J Real right now. That's my boy, and we go in the studio, and like I say, he showed me the song. But before he showed me the song, he like just bigging me up, giving me props, and just letting me know like it's a lot of rappers out here that got like 2 or 3 elements, but like he like, bro, you got them all. Like, you can dress, you can rap, like he like you got all the elements to take it to the next level. And then after that, we just like start making connections of how we both grew up in Compton and shit like that. And yeah, we got into the song right after that. And Peekaboo was a lot longer than what y'all hear. Like, I did a lot more verses, because I do the verse, he'll come in like, that's hard, do this. Leave, come back, that's hard, do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot more different flows, and it was still dope. I'm still extremely happy with what he put out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he just did that to give him more to work with.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was actually like producing me. Like, it was a dope experience, bro.
Do you feel like the hook is a little sugar-free vibes, or is that?
It was fast. I could.
Can you see the kind of like the sugar-free vibes?
Because I feel like Dot is all. He's super cultured. Like he like what? Like, you know, he take different things from different people. So I wouldn't be mad at that comparison at all. Like,
it felt like a little. I felt okay. I felt like I was listening to LA. I was listening the influence.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Dot for sure love him from Sugar Free. I grew up on Sugar Free myself, and the hook is fast as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I said this before. Like, he had me do the hook, and even before I heard it, I'm like, man, this like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Like, fast. And like, he was like, I want you to do the hook, like, do your version of the hook. And I'm like, bro, this fast. He like, yeah, it is. He like, I just did a bunch of takes till I got it right. I said, oh, this is crazy. And I did it the first time. I needed to backtrack, because I'm like, I can't even catch it by myself. And then I did it, and then he was like, all right, do it without the backtrack. And I'm like,
oh gosh, without that, yeah.
So that's why at the end of Peekaboo, you hear a little bit of me on the hook as well.
Yeah. Okay, so now do you feel like you got the timing right? You've had enough time to practice it, right?
No, for sure. As many times I heard that shit down my FYP on TikTok, I got it. Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah,
you're good with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so how has that song changed your life?
Man, instantly. I think GNX came out on like the 22nd or somewhere in the 20s of November. I signed my deal with Warner 3 weeks later, December 17th, and it was like up from there. Like, everything was it just changed drastically, like fast too, in a good way though. Like, nothing I couldn't handle. Like, you know, I feel like I'm the more established artist out of all the features. Like, respectfully though, like I've been putting work in for a long time.
How long?
no recognition till now, I'll say 10 years.
Yeah.
And then with recognition, it'll be 7 years. So I've been putting work in by myself with people. I've signed a deal before, like with Atlantic and Asylum. Shout out to them. I made some good relationships over there. And yeah, I put a lot of work in. And I don't feel like a lot of the artists care as much as I do. Or they don't want it as bad as I do. It might just be a cool little look, something to have under their belt. But, you know, I'm more so using this as a stepping stool. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's where I feel like I got the advantage at.
Did you hesitate to get on the song with Kendrick knowing where things were between him and Drake?
No, absolutely not. First of all, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And Kendrick call me right now. I'm in Africa. Pull up. Passport getting stamped. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what that was. Like, you know, again, like I told you, I'm a sucker for good friendship, and unfortunately, I'm as loyal as it gets. So, you know, once I'm riding with you, I'm riding with you. That's what it is, and everything that come with it. Like he said, fuck it, I inherit the beef. You know what I'm saying? Just on that type of loyalty level, you know?
Okay, so I saw a post. I want you to explain it a little bit more. You said you were collecting West Coast Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
What or who were the stones?
Oh, man, just all the West Coast legends and greats, from Terrence Martin to Soundwave to The Game, E40, Absol, like Problem, Mike and Keys, like all these great dudes, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, Tyler, the Creator, of course. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was making my rounds, like, you know, and it was just really everybody on the West letting me know that, you know, they behind me and they want to see this happen.
Did you get the feature or the creative direction from Tyler yet?
Not yet, but he is on a time clock. That whooping will come.
I saw that, and I was concerned, like, okay.
For him, right?
Yeah, I was concerned. I mean, you made it clear what was going to happen if you didn't get those.
Yeah, these work right here, for sure.
Why is that important to you?
Tyler is a master and a genius at creating worlds when it comes to albums and creating an era. I don't want to say that because I need that feature off the bat. You know what I mean? But the creative direction is just as important, if not more, because, you know, he's been doing that. And we went when I met him, I went to his show, so I got to see all that live for the first time, and he's an amazing performer, and it was just amazing to see. And I don't think enough artists even think outside the box like that. Like, just give me creative direction. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Help me work out these kinks, and I think it'll really make me better. I feed off advice and constructive criticism, you know what I mean? And the energy, for sure. Yeah, I need that. I know he called you and talked about your skincare and your cheekbones. What is the regimen? Tell us the secrets. I drink a lot of water. Do you really? Yeah, I probably pee like 7 times a day. That's a good thing. Yeah, I drink a lot of water, like about a liter. Like, I have my like workout days, and a lot of times those are my hydrate days. Like, you know, so I drink a lot of water, dude. And I'm vegan. I've been vegan for 6 years. How's that going? It's great. I'm good. Like, are you a plant-based vegan, or because like I was vegan for 3 years and I was a bad vegan. Like I wasn't eating enough of the vegetables. Like I didn't do the real work to be a healthy vegan. I feel like you just gotta like program your mind. Like, I psyched myself out into this, and after you go for so long, it's just become a norm. But of course I have like my vegan junk, fast food I'll eat. Yeah, but man. I also have my moments where I'll fast. Like before I worked on the album this past week, I did a 15-hour dry fast and a 15-hour dry fast and a 6-hour just water and fruit juice fast. So a 21-hour fast in total, with the sauna and the cold plunge in between that. So I have my moments like that as well, where I will just go strictly vegetables and fruits. It make me feel good, and it clear my mind with all this going on. Yeah, like, you know, sacrifices must be made. What made you go vegan in the first place? Was there a catalyst? This was like when I first popped off and we was on tour with like Shoreline Mafia and we going crazy. Like we partying, we drinking Annie, we popping Molly, it's going crazy. Like, and I pride myself on being a good performer. So I'm like, I gotta give something up. Like, and I thought the vegan, it led into other things. It helped me with discipline. Eventually I stopped drinking as much. I stopped smoking as much. And, you know, it was like a domino effect. And I'm so happy that I made that choice because it helped me out with everything else as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? It's life-changing. Like when you
100%.
realize everything that you put in your body really impacts you, your mind, your body, it's spirituality, all the above. It's very interesting. I want to ask, who's your LA Mount Rushmore? 4 greats.
My first 2 I will do from today, and not because they showed me love or they with me. Well, kind of, because it was a full circle moment. But, of course, Die and Q, like, that was a full circle moment. They really showed me the impossible is possible. And outside of me growing up on that shit, me actually finally connecting with them. And then my other 2, just off the top of the head, I would give to E40 and Ice Cube.
Ooh.
Yeah. I grew up on
And the
them.
fact that you picked 40 from the Bay, and you spent time in the Bay, right?
A lot of time in the Bay. I give all my props. That's where, you know, I got my sauce. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was taking Greyhound buses up there just to go to the studio. Like, that's where I got my bounce from. Like, you know, everybody in LA want to be a star. So, you know, it's kind of hard to break out there. In the beginning, everybody thought I was from the Bay.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, E40 and Ice Cube, like, my mom put me on them. Like, mom is stern on that. You're going to be fresh. You're going to have good hygiene. You're going to know how to talk to women, period. That's just what it is. And, you know, E40 is the top-notch player. You know what I'm saying? Tycoon. You know what I'm saying? And Ice Cube, he gave me all my aggression. And I love film, and I feel like the art of rappers and film has been lost. But he was like the kickoff for a lot of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely give my flowers to Cube for sure.
Ooh. Have you had a chance to tell 40 this? Or
No.
Cube? Nothing?
I haven't met Cube at all. I talked to 40 on the phone one time, and he actually got on the song that I did, which is crazy. But, yeah, I haven't had, like, a heart-to-heart with them yet. Not yet. But Q and Die for sure had the heart-to-heart with
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a snippet at the end of your song.
Yeah.
All right, here's some of the lyrics. Keep the coast out your mouth. And you go on. It's a lot of energy, I'll say this. And so who are you talking about? There's been, you know, different conversations that you're talking about Joey Badass. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But there's a certain tone and energy here. What is happening?
Well, you know, whoever the shoe fits, they can wear it and kick themselves in the with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's for the sport. You know what I'm saying? With the West Coast finally getting its shine and Dot turning the tides, it's like, it's been a lot of just like down talk on the West, and it's like, bro, we ain't even been getting shine for a year yet. Like, let us do our thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else going up. Like, a lot of the West Coast music don't make it past barely New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like, our West Coast artists not selling out no clubs in Atlanta or, you know what I'm saying, Miami. Like, just let us do our thing. Like, they ain't got to come hating. Everybody else doing their thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, don't be silly. And New York been going crazy with the drill scene. And
For sure.
I with, like, Kyle Rich and all them. Like, that's hard to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody doing their shit. Like, let us rock, bro. Like, finally.
Do you feel like, I don't know. I feel like people have been supportive, but then again, I don't know what the algorithm that everybody's looking at.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been overwhelming support.
No, for sure. But that's why the motherfuckers who go against the grain stick out so much, because it's like you intentionally want to do that. Like, you intentionally want to say, or just want to speak down on the coast, on the West Coast. It's like, you ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? What are you trying to be, the black sheep? Like, you're trying to start a new trend or let's hate the West Coast. Like, I don't know, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna stand up for mine. I'm a pioneer on the West Coast now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, you know, I'm just gonna stand up for mine. That's all.
I like that you started off with talking about it being a sport. I think that's always a good, you know, place to start when it comes to healthy competition.
Of course.
And maybe I'm just a softie, but that's why I'm like, no, it's competition. It's because I think competition also brings out the best of people.
Of course.
As long as it's in the sport. Well, whoever it's about, you know, hopefully you do look at all the support as well. Because this is the most, being in the game like for a long time. This is probably the most support I've ever seen given to the West Coast.
That's what I'm
music.
saying.
Like, it's a lot though. Like, this is a time that I don't think I've seen in my 20-year career. Yeah. Now, there's been times there was like glimpses, but this is, you know, a time, and you know, I just hope that I hope you get to enjoy your success during this time as well.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm relishing in it. I feel like the last time it was this type of love for the coast was when Snoop Dogg and everybody was in khaki suits and low riders and you know.
And that was a while ago.
Yeah,
man.
And me and my class are just here to show that we've grown from that. That's definitely our culture. I'm still gonna bust out some Chucks. I'm still gonna buy my mama a cherry red 6'4" one day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we coming, like, we here, we fresh. We putting it on, we buzz down and all that too. You know what I'm saying? We up to date. You don't have to look at Cali and just automatically think Crip Walk. Slow down. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's 2025. Like, yeah, for sure. That's what
There's
we do.
also the internet.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we can look up things.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to 310 Baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just even people doing the dances to that, the Squabble Up dance. Shout out Cheetah. You know what I'm saying? Just new things, and we're just trying to refresh the world that we're here. That's all.
Do you feel like it gets hard, though? Like, it's really interesting when you look at, like, the OGs and then, like, you know, this new class. Do you feel like you always have to, you know, pay homage, or do you feel like this is where things are supposed to be? Do you know? Because sometimes I feel like for the up-and-coming artist, there's this weight on them to continue showing love.
I feel like if you doing that, then that's not genuine. Me personally, I'm gonna pay homage naturally. It's just gonna come with it. Like, I don't have to go out my way to do it. It's just gonna come natural. I really grew up on these people. I learned from these people. It's gonna come naturally. It's gonna seek out a little bit here and there. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have to go out my way and be like, hey, I love you so much. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna come out. You're gonna hear it in the music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be little things like this, the interview where I might speak on it. Yeah. But yeah, like, it'll come natural. I love paying homage.
I love that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You talked about aliens coming down and that, you know, you got to drop the album before they invade.
Yeah.
What three songs would you have them listen to understand who you are?
Right now?
Yes.
I have to put the aliens on some real slaps, though. Of course, I got to go What X2. Yeah. That's going to turn him up. Yeah. Right? And then we going to go Burn Rubber again. Now the aliens is crip walking, as everybody else will say when they see the West. Now the aliens learning how to walk. And then we gonna...
Last song.
I don't know. We gonna have to mash Peekaboo and Movie together. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be like... You know what I mean? They gonna be ready to be human at that point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want to get down with the Earth business. You feel me? For real.
Congratulations on all of your success.
Man, thank you
signing
so much.
your new deal.
Hell yeah.
And enjoying all this time. I know you're going to take care of your mom and do all the things that you said you're going to do.
Come on.
You know, it's I love seeing moments like this. Yeah. And I hope that you're enjoying it. How are you going to, I don't know, look back and reflect on this moment? Have you began that?
Nah, I'm still like soaking everything in. I'm still registering the Super Bowl moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's still like dawning on me a little bit. To be honest, like, with all this going on, I immediately just start praying more. Like, for the things or I can't see with my own two eyes, like, and I even try to be cliche or the media train. Like, that's literally what I did, man. You know, I just start praying more because I know I want to stay focused.
That's it.
I don't want this to go in vain, and you know, all this ain't for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really been on. I've been busting my per usual. I got a lot more resources, a lot more people that believe in me. So you know, it motivated me, put the fire under my for sure.
You got to keep me updated on Tyler the Creator and what happens because that clock is ticking. And
Rap
I am
or
concerned.
scrap.
I am concerned. And the next time you come to town, make sure you stop by and congratulations again.
Of course. Thank y'all for having me.